Manchester United are taking on Arsenal, a really difficult game for Manchester United to try and get back anywhere near the top 7-8 teams in the Premier League. It hasn't been a good weekend in terms of results for Manchester United so far, with both Chelsea and Tottenham both winning their games, which leaves Manchester United really having to get 3 points because we're getting well left adrift of them top 6-7 places in the Premier League. Even fourth teams and third seem a mile away from Manchester United this season to even claw into. But this game, over the last few years, Manchester United have had the upper hand in a lot of these contests at Old Trafford. I think we're unbeaten in our last something like 12 league games at home against Arsenal, but the tables have really turned in terms of Manchester United's quality on the pitch over the last couple of months. Really poor. We are performing as one of the worst teams in the Premier League at this moment in time in terms of performances, and I think the two games that we've won this season have been a bit lucky, maybe not lucky, but we haven't thoroughly deserved to win 4-0 against Chelsea, and the other one could have been a draw, the Leicester game. So we've got to put in a better performance in this game, but I'm not confident that will happen. If Manchester United are to win this game, it's probably going to be an edgy 1-0, something like that, and I can't see that happening. Arsenal have got a real threatening attack. Whoever they put out up front seems to be very threatening at the moment. They're scoring a lot more goals than Manchester United, hell of a lot more. 3 against Villa, 3 against Frankfurt, and 5 against Nottingham Forest. That is a lot of goals they've been scoring, so this is going to be very difficult. The only thing is, Manchester United could get at their back four. Whichever back four they're putting out at the moment in time hasn't been too clever, but they are starting to get their fullbacks back from injury, which is going to help them. But David Luiz at the back is someone that Manchester United could get at, definitely. So how are Manchester United going to... I don't know how Manchester United are going to line up. David Hale will obviously be back in goal. Wan-Bissaka at right back, Ashley Young at left back. It will probably be Lindelof and Maguire as the centre backs. Now, I'm hopeful Paul Pogba may come through his injury problems and play in this game, so then it will probably be Pogba and McTominay in midfield. I don't know, probably Mata further forward. I don't know. Mata further forward with Pereira, James and Greenwood as the forward line. I don't know what else other options we've got really. Lingard could play as well, but Lingard's not in good form. Pereira's not doing nothing. Mata's not doing nothing. All the forwards have been horseshit apart from Greenwood of late in terms of scoring goals, creating goals. Nothing, and I just don't see where Manchester United are going with this. We're now relying on a 17-year-old guy that's still learning his trade, that's got flaws in his game still because he's only 17, not making certain runs to get the tap-ins, not doing certain things, but that's expected. He's inexperienced. This will only be his 4th start for Manchester United if he does start this game, and it's a massive game to come in and expect him to perform at a higher level. I know Rashford did it them years ago against Arsenal, but it doesn't happen very often that a player hits the ground running when they first come into the team. And this Manchester United team is performing so poorly at the moment. I know that Van Gaal team wasn't performing very well, but it was performing at definitely a higher level than this team. It was a better team than this team was, that is for sure. But Arsenal, with the likes of Aubameyang, and they've got so many attacking options. I know Lacazette is out, but they could hurt Manchester United from a number of attacking options. They've got the young Brazilian they brought in that scored 2 goals in the week. He'll probably be back on the bench, but he's a player to watch for Manchester United if he does come onto the pitch at any time. So they've got real options there that could hurt Manchester United, and I think it's going to be a very difficult game for Manchester United to get anything from this game. But as I've said, we've got to really be looking to get at their backs. The likes of David Luiz is a problem. Xhaka in midfield, I've never really rated him. He's always liable of giving away a yellow card. He's somehow got the captaincy at Arsenal, which is baffling to me. But I think this is going to be a step too far for this Manchester United team. I think Arsenal are going to win the game. I think Arsenal are going to win 2-0. Unfortunately, it will leave, if this is the case, it will leave Manchester United 6 points behind Arsenal at this early stage of the season, which is really poor for Manchester United. It really is, to be almost getting out of the top 4 race, and when we're not even hit October yet. That is dreadful for Manchester United. It really is. But nobody could see anything other than a difficult season for Manchester United this year, with Rashford, Martial both out injured. Pogba's been injured. That has taken away any real goal threat really from Manchester United's forward players. And with Sanchez and Lukaku going, it's left Manchester United so thin up front that we are just lacking so much up front. in terms of goal threat. The others just do not offer hardly anything. That's why you can't be confident going into these games. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on the game. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll talk to you all again soon. See ya.